I'm going to expose the whole corruption of the medical industry, insurance companies, dental industry, and human resources industry, corporation, and we're going down a real big rabbit hole here, and I'm going to expose this whole corruption that's going on with the medical industry. Now, as I stated before, I did a video explaining what not applicable means. Okay, I'm going to redo this once again, but I'm going to get into now deeper into what's going on with the health issues and how the corruption is really, really, really deep. Doctors and you name it, it's all corrupt. They want to keep you sick so that the money keeps flowing into the pockets of the people that are actually killing you. Now, as I said, they on the test results they put not applicable, and then you go to, like I said, you go to the doctor and you ask, what does this mean, and they say, well, it doesn't matter, it's not, it's not important. So the meaning that Google puts for not applicable, it means, is a common abbreviation. The NA, N/A is a common abbreviation in tables and lists for not applicable, not available, or no answer. In fact, the doctor tells you, oh, it's nothing, you don't have anything, just move on. Oh, then I'm going to get into this. Anyway, let me keep on focus on this right now. It is used to indicate when information in a certain table cell is not provided, either because it does not apply to a particular case in question or because the answer is not available. Now, as I said yesterday, I looked up lab results not applicable meaning, and I found here National Health Data Dictionary, which, applies till today, that non-applicable means right here, and this is on page 1492 and of this book of the National Health Data Dictionary, and it means test not done. And you could see it over here. It says Code 8, not applicable, test not done. This code is used as a validation measure to show that the reason for the lack of results is due to the test not being performed. And then I also found this the same the same meaning, because I kept on digging to make sure that I kept looking to make sure that what not applicable means, and I found it also on this Australian government document, Institute of Health and Welfare, and it's also on this book, National Health Data Dictionary. So on this one, you could see here also it says, okay, this was also in 2009. So it hasn't changed. Not applicable right here. Test not done. This code is used as a validation measure to show that the reason for the lack of results is due to the test not being performed. Therefore, now I'm going to go show you my test results. You see, this is my chart, Mount Sinai. And I'm going to, I have no problem at this point, showing what's going on. Because at this point, the test results that I'm receiving, I don't even believe anymore. take note over here. I don't care, if I'm showing also who the doctor is that ordered these tests to be done, because she also has her part in this whole thing. Okay, notice over here it says edited results. I've been pushing. I've taken the 24-hour urine test for heavy metals 4 times. 4 times. And I'm going to show you every time what was the results that I got back. Now, we're going to start, I believe it was one in, let me get the date here. This is in August. I'm going to start from the very beginning, because this also has to do with the dental industry, and also the fact that I am suffering of heavy metal poisoning. My muscles are deteriorating. My nerve system is, because of the muscles that I'm having severe, I'm telling you, severe muscle pain, spasms, and my muscles are being practically they're deteriorating, and also and that's causing nerve damages. It's causing infections to my lungs. It's also causing my vision to I am having blurry visions up close. I'm also having my liver, my kidneys also that are being damaged. It has become with high cholesterol, not because I eat bad, because I eat everything natural, and I always take care of my of what I eat homemade foods and vegetables, and I think just looking at my pictures, it shows you exactly the kind of diet that I do, and my kidneys also are being damaged. I am having problems walking. The pain is anyway. It's unbearable, really unbearable. All right, let's go back to the topic of how this all started. When I went to the doctor, complaining about all these problems that I'm having, then I have my doctor that laughs in my face also. And they're trying to make it look like that, trying to make it sound like I'm crazy. Anyway, but, when you just look at everything that I have posted so far, you're going to see who's the crazy one and who are though, and exactly who I am. Okay, so you see here, the doctor ordered heavy metals, complete 24-hour urine. I did exactly what she told me. I put it in a container. I refrigerated everything perfect. I bring it to the doctor's office at the Mount Sinai Family Health Associates Clinic, and this is the results that I get back. Okay, at this point, I'm going to show it everything, and this was done. They collected the urine because I did the 24-hour. On the 18th, I started collecting it, and on the 19th, I brought it there. And it was on July 19, 2016. And this is the only results that I got back. Not applicable, not applicable. Now, let me show you what you see. Over here, you see that who was it that did the testing? The tests were done by the ARUP labs right here. You see here? They're saying over here, the symptoms, the tested development characteristics determined by the ARU Laboratories. Okay, now, when they do a 24-hour complete urine test, I'm going to show you here. This is the list. You see heavy metals, reflux for arsenic, and then if you look at the other ones, it's always the same. So it tells you to collect a 24-hour urine collection. Specimen must be collected in a plastic container, which is an orange container, and should be refrigerated during the collection, which I did. ARUP studies indicate that the refrigerator of urine alone during and after the collection preserves specimens adequately tested within 14 days of collection. Okay, so this is all done. And when they do the testing, this is what's supposed to be showing. You see, arsenic. They're supposed to test for arsenic. They're supposed to test for all this: lead, mercury, zinc. Okay, these are the ones that they're supposed to be testing for. Now, when you look at my test result, do you see any of that here? Do you see any of those results here? Absolutely nothing. They just tested this, and they also put non-applicable. And I already explained what not applicable means, that they did not do the testing. In reality, I strongly believe that they did the testing. And since the standard range, you see over here, they give you normally a standard range, how it's supposed to be, if you're in this range, it's perfectly, it's okay, you're not suffering of poisoning. But if you go over this range, that means that there is a really severe infection going on, or there is these chemicals in your body. Therefore, so to not let you know that you are actually suffering of that you do have mercury poison and lead and all that, they just say not applicable. They don't put the test results. Oh, this has to do with what I have to speak about also. So at the end over here it says, for laboratory developed test not using blah 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 cleared assays with alternation. This test was developed and performed the characteristics determined by the ARUP. The Food Administration not approved or cleared in the test. However, the FDA clearance or approval is not currently required for clinical use. The results are not intended to be used. Okay, so if total concentration is between 35 and 2000 UGL, then arsenic fractionated will be added to determine the proportion of organic, inorganic, and metallic forms. Additional charges apply, and then they're supposed to do these other testing. Now, as I said, do you see this in my test? Do you see these results? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely nothing. I have not received that, and I'm showing you that I've done this testing 4 times, and I have never received the results. The only thing that they put in is not applicable. And then at the end, they just, someone decided to edit in a result, since I was insisting that I wanted my results. So just to shut me up, they put in a result, that's supposed to look good. I'll explain afterwards. But you see, the thing is, when they put on these edited in, whoever edited in this result, because I've made a lot of complaints, and I've called the FBI, I've called there's the ones that are also investigating the laboratories, the U.S. government that is supposed to be investigating also the laboratories that are doing this, from the New York State government. Why I'm not receiving these results. Now there's also they're going to have to investigate also that someone edited in a result that is not absolutely true, because all my symptoms are clearly because of heavy metal poisoning. Now, as I was saying, so this was the testing that I was supposed to, the results that I was supposed to receive for these, for heavy metal. Now, let's go back over here. So this was done on July 19th, and this is all I got. Not applicable. So they didn't, I'm sure they knew that they did the testing, and they just did not want to give me the results, because obviously it was going to prove that yes, I am suffering of heavy metal poisoning because of dental poisoning. And this since I had a hearing on October the 10th, 2014, it was on a Friday, against the Emblem Health Insurance Company, because of the dental, because of the dentist, because the insurance company was not covering for white fillings. They were saying that they only covered for mercury in the first place, that I did not want. And then this is what happened to me, and then my teeth started separating. I have an infection going on under the cap because of the mercury fillings. It's a big mess, and this is where all my symptoms are also coming from. This is why I'm suffering, and I'm literally dying, and they're hoping that I'll die before that everything is uncovered. But no, I'm going, at this point, I'm going to expose everything. Now, like I said, this was in July 19th. Then I took another test. At this point, I don't even trust the results that ARUP, because then I also contacted ARUP Laboratories, and they told me that it's I have also the emails of that Mount Sinai is the one that are responsible. Literally, Mount Sinai is the one that is doing these testings. So they put on the name of ARUP, but they're affiliated with other laboratories. So I have no idea how they're all mixed up in all this mess, but there is a lot of lies going on in this whole situation. And let me go on. So then I did another heavy metal 24-hour urine test on August the 9th, 2016. And I'm going to show you the results. And then, my doctor, when I said, where are the results? They're missing mercury and all that. She goes, what does it matter anyway? Doesn't those words sound familiar? So these are the only results that I got this time. Cobalt, and that's about it. Do you see mercury here? Do you see arsenic in this test result? Absolutely nothing. Do you see, let's see here, let's go back to the copper, lead, zinc. Do you see any of those that are on my test results? Nothing of that, nothing of the sort. Nothing. I did not receive those results. And once again, my doctor did call in. She called the laboratory, the Mount Sinai laboratory, because right in front of me, and she asked whoever answered the phone, why are the tests, the mercury and arsenic and all the other, because she ordered a complete test. And they were supposed to let her know, and they were supposed to send her the results. Did I ever get them? No. Never received them. And this is the second test that I took, and my health is getting worse and worse and worse. My muscles are really, my nerves and my muscles are really being damaged, to my kidneys. I'm all swollen. I've gained so much weight, which is not in my nature of, because this weight gain is not, caused by me, that it's not something that I am, like overeating or anything. But this is, I have an eye infection on top of my eye also with a rash. But anyway, let's keep going. So we're going on. Let me go back on that one. So you're seeing here, there is Let me go back to that one. You see here, do you see over here it says final result? And over here someone edited in the result for this one. Now, so then once again, I didn't receive the result. So then once again, I go back to the doctor, and she also, once again, she orders another 24-hour urine test for heavy metal. I'm going to, here we go. And this was, she did it this time specifically for mercury, lead, okay? And you're going to see here the results. And then then at the end, you know, when I hear the doctor, oh no, everything, you're perfectly, you know, you're perfectly healthy, you have no problems at all with all the symptoms that I've clearly, look, and this is the answers that I got from this. This is the test result. See right here, this is also always done, performed by ARUP Laboratories. And once again, not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. So these tests were not done, or they were done and they just don't want to give me my results. At this point, there is no other way to explain this. And I'm sure that they know that I am 100% suffering of a mercury poison, and that's why I'm not receiving these results. So that was mercury. This is lead. Random. Not applicable. Lead not applicable. Not applicable. And this is the result that I'm receiving. So and this has been edited in. This one was edited in. So I don't know what to tell you on this one. I don't understand what this, who is edited in the results final. Okay, this one, I don't care to show you that one, even though I have no problem because it's not something that you see when someone is suffering of something, you know, like of a sickness, you know, because they are the ones that are, you know, on a self-destructive, you know, pattern of life, not even that you could call it pattern of life when, you know, you're self-destroying yourself by, you know, alcoholism or drugs, or, you know, an erratic sexual, having sex here and there with this and that and whoever, or unnatural, you know, you name it, you know, or just being a plain sinner and being a liar or an abuser or a violence. This is, you know, that's something that they opened up themselves, you know, to a spiritual demonic, you know, spirit. So therefore the demonic spirit is going to, you know, destroy you. But when in my case that I have done nothing, I've always taken care of myself, I lead a clean, I've been abused 100% by obviously also the medical industry, and also I'm not going to get into that one. Anyway, this is also happening also because of this, because it has to do with also with the family court building. I'm not going to get into that one right now, but this is all connected. Everything is interconnected. All of this is connected. So then once again, I took a test. Let's get back to this. And you're seeing here, because I insisted once again, you know, and also the doctor, you know, she says, all right, let's repeat the test once again. Let's see what happens. And now you're seeing over here that the test results were edited in. Now, let me just tell you that this arsenic test result, They put this in the day that I went to the doctor, back to the doctor, because they weren't going to give me these results. So since I was insisting that I wanted the results, someone decided to edit in the result. Now, and I'll explain here. So they decided to put in positive results in some of these. You know, they decided this is not applicable, not applicable. They decided to put positive results. Which I don't believe at all at this point. I can't believe these people at this point, because they have proven themselves to be liars. So, not applicable once again. Okay, so they're not giving me the total results. This is what's going on. And then there was this one, arsenic. And someone decided to edit in a perfect 10. You understand here? But there's no standard range here. Do you notice that? There's no standard range. So, this is unreal. What I've been seeing with these, and then my doctor told me, oh no, everything's okay. Everything is perfectly fine. So, and I'm not going to talk about my primary doctors and also the liver doctor that I went to, and also the one for the lungs, because there is a massive cover-up going on here. A massive cover. They're not even putting in the test results on my charts so that it wouldn't result, because there is people that are investigating this, so they are avoiding to put in my test results on my chart, so that it won't be seen by the ones that are investigating. So there is a massive cover-up going on. Now let's get down to, I contacted the Mount Sinai executive director of Queens, and her name is Caryn. You see right here. I don't even want to even try to pronounce her last name, Schwab. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because she's involved in all this also. Because look, then, I just happened, I said, let me see who this person is. Who this person is. So look at here who this person is. This is the executive director. Like I said, I called up to find out why I wasn't receiving these test results, and look who's over here. This has to do with Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York, and this is we are live from a press conference, as she's saying here, because Mount Sinai is receiving millions of dollars to expand their hospital, so that they're not going to let people know that they're dying from heavy metal poisoning, or that their vaccine, the vaccines are full of chemicals, or that they prescribe medications that you could become addicted to. Of course not. They just want to keep you sick and expand the hospital so that they could keep on making money. So this is one of the reasons, one of the main reasons why I'm not getting any justice. You see here? Because this also has to do with domestic violence, and also about the corruption of the court. Because this has been ongoing already 7 years, that I haven't even been able to get into a court building. I haven't been able to get a lawyer. Let's go on her page. You know what, at this point, you got to expose them for what they are. Okay, so she's an anti-Trump. She's all for Hillary Clinton. You see already happening. Beware of the false narrative that no one is. Hold on here. Let me see. The lie about family, migration, reality. Okay, so we see this also. There's also Michael Moore, another. This one, the voodoo that goes on in Cuba is like unreal. Voodoo magic, black magic. Just all you have to do is just look it up, about the satanic rituals that they are involved in. Melissa, no Trump, we can't just get along. And so therefore you're seeing who's involved in this. Hillary Clinton. Okay, because she's also involved in the human resources. Okay, so the New York Human Resources, that is one of the main reasons why I have been abused also. Because when, and you're seeing here, this is one of the, see, because once, you start going down the rabbit hole to see, what's going on here. Why am I not receiving, my test results? Look, $5 million allocated of capital funding for the hospital. And let's keep on going. Okay, so this was this. You see, this is, this is everything that I'm just updating on, because you see, I'm, I received, like I said, I had a hearing on October the 14th, October the 10th, 2014, against the dental industry, and Emblem Health, the insurance company, was supposed to, because they were the ones that were supposed to be present at the hearing, because it was against because they were uncovering to get the mercury out of the dental industry, and the fact that they poisoned me with the mercury. They didn't even show up at the hearing. And of course I wasn't able to get a lawyer, because every door that I have knocked on in the New York City has been literally closed, because they were all working for the human resources, which is also under the Hillary Clinton. So then you're looking here, these are the executives of the Emblem Health. I also went to the building of Emblem Health. And because, I was calling them, telling them what was the situation. And they were passing me to Miss Mary, to Miss Helen, to Miss Judy, to Miss this, to Miss that. And I was never getting a straight answer, because I was looking for help, because my health was deteriorating because of the infection that I have going on in my mouth. So I decided to go there to the building myself and see who these people are that I was speaking with on the phone. Of course, no one presented themselves. They were all hiding in their offices. Only then there was, I'm pretty sure there was an executive that she presented herself, and then it was, pretending that they were going to cooperate and everything. At the end, I had a hearing. They didn't even show up, because they knew I had all the winning. Because everything that was happening, I had all the evidence and everything, so they didn't even show up at the hearing. And this was also at the Ballroom Place, and this also has to do with the human resources. And then you look up that name, and it takes you over here. And it's also, you see there's a Bloomberg here. So at this point, and then they're trying to make it look like that I'm crazy. Whoa. I say, whoa. And you call the FBI, and they're not going to help you, because you see, it's all a money machine. And then there's, the Clintons love to threaten people with their life. So if you see a Clinton show up to the, see, they were saying that Lynch, the meeting with Lynch and Clinton, that was not an official meeting. That was a meeting of a threat. And the grandchildren of Lynch were being threatened. That's all there is. When she says, we were just talking about our grandchildren. No, it wasn't that they were talking about their grandchildren. Her grandchildren were being practically Clinton was threatening. I think it's clear enough. I don't need to go on that one. So we're at this point now. Like I said, this has to do with insurance companies, doctors. They're all covering up. They don't even put on my test results, so it doesn't show up because there is an investigation going on. And at this point, I'm just going to make it, I'm just going to post this whole information because I have nothing to hide. The fact that I am suffering and I am literally dying, but you're going to understand why this is happening to me. And at this point, I'm going to expose it all. Because if I'm having problems with my health, it is not because I caused it on myself. It is not a self-destructive thing. It is that they are trying to kill me. It is the insurance companies, the medical industry that are killing not only me. There are millions of people that are suffering of heavy metal poisoning and also vaccine poisonings. And I'm not talking about the ones that are on a self-destructive pattern of life, the ones that mark their bodies in literally they go to the, to put in poison inside their bodies. But I'm talking about the people that are, really living, trying to live a healthy, honest life. And they are being poisoned and literally are dying and many have died and not even knowing why they died because of the poisoning that is being forced upon the people that can't defend themselves because of because they're poor, because they're also being domestically abused by the system. And this is, at this point, all I have to say. At this point, I'm putting out my case over here because I have a case coming up that they want all the information. They want the information so that they could, start, how to defend themselves. But I'm just going to put it out all here. So this is all the evidence that that's going on. I'm showing you. And yes, they're trying to make it look like that I'm crazy. That I have emotional problems. But the only emotional problem that I have is that I can't stand liars. I really can't. I hate liars. I hate abusers. I hate everything that has to do with sin. And the corruption. And the greed. This is the only emotional distress that I'm having. Is that I hate. And I am a person of love. I love the truth. I love when people even try to live, in truth. That are honest, that they try to make a natural family, that don't take advantage of another person, that, respect a woman, in marriage and try to grow up their children, in a living, honest environment, not the dead, not worshiping the death, because the ones that are in the corruptions are the ones that are satanic. They're Satan worshippers, and those are everything that I really despise. And that's about it. I have nothing else to say. And I'm laying down my case here so that you know exactly what's going on. I've always put everything out because I have nothing to hide. And and this is also part of the corruption here. You see the World Trade Center. This is the money machine. This is where the human resources, the corrupt human resources have abused me, that their domestic violence is not recognized by these people because it's all about money. And I went in this building to get information of what was going on about the domestic violence and the investigation against anyway, the videos are, I already put those videos up. You could just go back and listen to it about what's going on at the human resources of domestic violence. I'll also show you my this is the judge from the New York State Family Court building. This is this is the Wicked Witch. You could also see in my video of you see, this is her right here. It's in one of my videos. See, this is her. And this is the one of my videos of the revelations where I give birth. So this has to do with the domestic violence, that these people are the ones that are covering up, and they are guilty of obstruction of justice, attempted murder, aiding and abetting, criminal conspiracy, hate crime, retaliation, and persecution. And you see, I've been putting, this is all the things that are happening to me because of heavy metal poisoning and abuse. My hair has been falling off. There's plenty of other pictures. My okay. I'll show you a list of the names of the people that I have called. This is the job center where the abuse is taking place. These are the ones that are involved. Okay, I received a stained letter from the office of Cuomo. I have everything posted. You know, at this point, I have. You know, the only thing you could do is, you know, just let people know exactly what's going on, because if they're doing this to me, trust me, they'll do it to you. Believe me, if they're doing it to me, they are going to do it to you. Because anyone that betrays the truth, you see, anyone that goes against me is going to go against you. You understand? Because I am the absolute truth at this. And you see, these are the people that I've called, you know, for the hearings. Miss Carol, Miss Kelly, this whole list of names. These are all the people that I called in Albany. And these are all the people, and for the hearings. Let me just say unfair hearings, because I've had all unfair hearings, because they all, at the hearings, the judges, lawyers, they represent only the industry. They are not impartial. They are very much partial for the industry. And that's why you don't get a lawyer, because those lawyers that are supposed to help the people, you know, are the ones that are presiding the cases. You know, they're there as judges, and they are the ones that are working for the industry, for the company. So they're not going to help you at all. Believe me, they attack you as soon as you even give them and they'll make sure that you don't even give them evidence, because they don't want the evidence. They're there just, you know, to abuse you also. Yes, they did try to sniper shoot me, and you could go back in my videos and you'll see that. So that's about it. I don't I think I've exposed everything that I have to do. The police also, there's so much cover-up going on. They're also involved in all this cover-up also. This has been ongoing 7 years, and that's about it. I've said enough. And let's go back over here. The meaning of not applicable. Okay, and I'm done. Peace, and I stated my case.